What's Going On podcast.
Yo, this is Ninja,
And this is XP Early Bird,
and this is
the What's Going On podcast.
what's
And
going on in
it's
a
good.
long time.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be
Bro,
back.
listen, all right, we're gonna keep it today. We don't really have any topic because a lot of
Yeah.
stuff has been going on, so we're just gonna like kind of just graze over the stuff that we've been through during two hurricanes in the last month. Which I live in Florida, so that kind of impacted me. But I know you're all the way out in Georgia, which is weird because yeah, you got to get the wind, but shit got towed up over there on the what was it,
Yeah.
Helene hurricane?
We got wind. We got some of the, well, we got the rain too, but we got mostly like the wind. I mean, it was just like for like a couple of hours, man, like nothing but just really strong wind.
Yeah,
Like you hear stuff banging up against the house, all kind of stuff, man. And then when you go outside, when you're finally able to go outside, you look around, man, it's trees down everywhere.
yeah.
People chimneys done blew off,
Damn,
shingles are all over the place.
that's
I
crazy.
mean, man, trash cans everywhere, bro. It
Like
was,
a bomb went off.
yeah, man,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
yeah, two hurricanes, bro, and within 2 weeks of each other, bro. That's a lot to deal with, dog.
And then I think a third one is coming.
Yeah, man. If you ask me, man, now like these fucking meteorologists people, bro, they be oh my god, these guys are the worst
Oh my
people
goodness,
to
man.
listen to, bro. Like
Yeah, they never get it
every
right, bro.
bro, I understand weather is unpredictable. I get it, but
Mhm.
bro, don't make a whole job out of telling us this, this, and this. Like, and then you all right. We knew the hurricane was here. Boom. But
Mhm.
God, the trajectory of where they said it was going versus where it actually went was
Oh
all
yeah,
wrong. You know what I'm
totally,
saying? All
totally.
wrong. Like even with the Milton, bro, they were like, bro, he was so like every newscasters, and it's like they almost have to hire you and be like, yo, can you be like super animated and stupid about it? Like, yeah, I could do that all day, because they're like, Milton's coming through here, and you see the funnel, it's gonna expand, and he's gonna tear through Tampa, tear through it. I'm talking about chop it down, tear through it. Everybody needs to evacuate. You stupid. It's like almost watching Funkmaster Flex do a weather show. Like,
Oh god,
and
man.
then like every channel or every station I put it on, it's that energy. It's like they're
Yeah.
excited. They're they're just like they get their rocks off scaring people. They're like
hmm
evacuate, and I get it. It's dangerous. I get it. Like you should evacuate. You should listen
Yeah.
to what's going on. But it's like they overdo it to the point. It's like they're either really trying to scare you or they're just super excited to see the weather tear some shit up.
I think they're trying to scare you. Because I feel like that's how America just operates. They use fear tactics, man. I mean,
Bro,
they're using fear tactics to get you to vote and all this kind of stuff. So it's
yeah, it came to a point where I was watching the weather almost every day when Milton was announced. First of all, backtrack. Milton, like who came up with that name? Like that is not like if you're trying to scare people and your name is Milton. I don't care if you're a 6 degree black belt in every fighting style in the world. Your name Milton. I am not taking you
yeah,
seriously. I'm just sorry to the Miltons that are out there. I never met a
yeah,
Milton, but if your name is Milton, you are not. You're not a storm to me. Like it's just like the name even threw me off. Oh, Hurricane Milton, he ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they fucked up with the name. You want to scare people into shit.
yeah.
Name him. Oh, Hurricane Kamikaze's coming through. And he's tearing shit up. I'm like, bro, that shit sounds serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Hurricane Dahmer or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kamikaze.
yeah, like,
Oh man.
but Milton, like, I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, this shit ain't gonna do shit. But like I said, man,
yeah. Milton was it.
Yeah, it was a terrible fucking name choice. But the like I said, the
But
weather people, they were just going nuts on there, boy.
yeah, but at one point Milton was a Category 5 though,
Yeah, but he was
so
way
I'm
out.
glad it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
calmed
I'm
down
glad
when
it
he
died
got
down.
to. But it's crazy because, like I said, they were like, "Yo, Tampa's gonna get creamed," and Tampa did get hit, but not as bad as they thought. And then to top it off, it kind of just went in another way and just tore up shit. Like 32 fucking tornadoes came down or some shit like that. Like a dozen of them shits. Um,
Yeah.
it was wild, dog. It was wild. And bro, before Milton even touched down in Florida, I already lost power. Like the rain already. I don't know if it was the rain fucked some shit up, but my power was gone at 10 o'clock. Milton touched down like about 12 maybe ish. I want to say around 11 something is when
Hmm.
Milton really hit down. But yeah, dude, that shit took out some parts of Florida that they weren't even thinking it was gonna touch. But that's what I'm saying. Like they hyped this shit up, and they got Tampa and everybody out, but this other city got fucking creamed.
Damn. See, for we didn't really get like we really much didn't get like much of anything from Milton. It
Yeah,
was it was Helene.
yeah,
Is
that
that how
was.
you say that?
Yeah, I think
Helene
it
is
was
the one
Helene.
that tore us up. See, for the viewers that don't know, I live in Augusta, Georgia. Um, so now when I was at work, right, I was talking to this older gentleman, and he was saying that storm gonna come at night, and he's like, I don't like that because
Yeah, because
it's gonna
everybody's
come at night, and you're
sleeping.
sleeping, and
Yeah.
it's gonna tear up everything. Okay, so I remember that Wednesday. No, no, was it Wednesday or Thursday?
I think it was Wednesday
Thursday.
because I remember.
Uh,
Oh, well, it was yeah Wednesday, Thursday when it
it
got
was
down.
it it was Thursday because I was supposed to go to work that Friday, so it was Thursday. So that Thursday night, I remember going to bed and I said, "Man, ain't nothing happen." So I laid down, went to sleep, and when I woke up, all I could hear was like trains, man.
Mm,
Like the wind was just blowing like crazy, and it sounded like a train was coming. So I get up, I open my door, and I see a light in like the dining room, whatever.
yeah,
So I use the bathroom, come out the bathroom, and go see what the light is. It's my mom. She's in the she's sitting in the sofa in the dining room, living room, whatever, what it is. It's
yeah,
living room. Um, because she came from upstairs because how hard the wind was blowing.
right,
Because like in our house, you have it's like when you walk in, you're on the mid level,
right,
and then you go upstairs to her room, and then you come downstairs to my room.
right,
So we right here in the middle, and she like my mom, she wakes up every morning and gets on the prayer line. So while this storm is going, like she's talking to the people in her prayer group, and then it's her turn to pray. And as she's praying, it's like the wind just it's already blowing really hard, but
yeah,
then it's like it just like pick up
mm,
and it hit the house like really hard. And she stops talking and she starts looking around and like you can just hear the wind up against the house. It's pushing the
yeah.
house so hard. You like the wind was blowing so hard. It sounded like somebody was upstairs. It sounded like somebody was in the attic, like just stomping around.
Stomping on it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, good Lord, bro.
yeah,
I'm thinking the roof about to come off. So we just sitting there looking, and then we hear we hear something like bang up against the windows and stuff and all this kind of stuff. So she ends up, finishing her prayer. Then they get off the phone or whatever. So now we just kind of sitting there listening to the wind blow, kind of waiting for for things to blow over. Then eventually, like the wind calms down, but it's still blowing. It's
right,
still blowing kind of hard. And then the sun comes out, but the wind's still blowing. So once the wind comes down enough, I go outside and I look, man, is you got insulation everywhere, you got shingles everywhere, you got furniture everywhere, you got trees down
yeah,
everywhere, you got power lines down everywhere.
yeah. It was like
Uh
a silent killer, bro.
yeah, like this is my very first time. Well, this is actually my second time going through a storm like this, but this is the one that was the most impactful.
Yeah, because then
And I
you
gotta tell
guys.
you,
When
man,
did
I
you lose
don't.
power? You lost power that day, like the
We lost
night, like
power.
it happened,
We lost
or it happened
power.
earlier.
We lost power that night. because like when I woke up, the lights came on, then they went
Mm.
off, then they
Yeah,
came back on, and then they went out.
yeah,
They
yeah,
came back
yeah.
on, and then they went out, and then they
That's
was
it.
out.
Yeah, lights out. And then you guys didn't
We
have
was
light
out
for like what,
power
3 days? No, it was longer than that for you guys, right?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I know some people were still out for a longer time
Yeah.
than that.
Oh yeah. See, Sunday we left Augusta and went to Atlanta because Atlanta was fine. Atlanta was
Mm.
operating like normal. And so we left to go get a generator. So we was able to get one, but before we get back home, the power was back on. So now we have a generator, and we decided to keep it because just in case. Because then
Yeah, yeah, no.
they said because Milton was coming, we didn't know what that was going to do. So like it'd be a good idea to hold on to it, hold on to
Yeah,
a
yeah, for
generator.
sure. Shit,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, no. When Helene came through, actually, Helene didn't mess us up at all. She came. It was just really windy. I don't even think it rained. No, did it rain a lot? No, it did rain a lot, but it was just like it just felt like a regular storm, like nothing crazy. It was windy though. But
Mhm.
Milton, yeah, he came through with the fucking heat, man. He came. He was tearing shit up. Trees everywhere. Like you said, garbage pails everywhere. Fucking shingles
Mhm.
everywhere. Um, Shit, man. The water was so high, bro. It was like my street looked like a lake. Like there was just
Damn,
water everywhere. But yeah, what sucked was the no power shit. Well, we didn't have no power for like 3 days straight, bro. That was the first time in my whole life, nigga. I never had no power that long. I've been through snowstorms in New York where the power went out maybe like 2 3 hours, if that. You know what I mean?
that's crazy.
But yeah, I never
It's
even in Georgia when the power went out during that ice storm we had because I was living
oh
on
yeah,
obviously I lived out there for 15 years. I'd never been through no shit like what y'all been through.
yeah. That was I remember the ice
That was
storm. The
real
power
unique
did go
weather
out.
for out there though.
Oh yeah, the ice storm that was crazy. I mean, like
Yeah,
the trees was covered in ice, and
yeah.
that
Everybody
was
was. I remember everybody tripping when that ice storm came at me. I'm like, this ain't shit. What are y'all tripping about? Like, yo, we don't get ice
Brother,
down here.
no sir, not like
Bro,
that.
bro, I swear, bro, I drove to Lexus during because the snow was only a little bit. It was probably like a sheet of paper on the floor. Everything was
Yeah.
closed. I pulled up at Lexus. I'm like, yo, what? Mind you, this is me just starting there. I've probably been only there maybe like 6 months.
Oh goodness, man.
I'm like, yo, where the fuck is there? No car was in the church parking lot. You remember that was when we used to the old Lexus
Yeah,
building.
yeah,
We used to park across the street at the church. Bro, I
yeah.
pulled up and I ain't see no one's car. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's like 7 o'clock. I called Marcus. I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? He's like, I was like, nobody's at work. He's like, gee, nobody called you? I'm like, I was like, no, nigga, what the fuck? He's like, he's always sucking his teeth out before he talk.
Oh goodness, man. That's funny, bro.
He said, "Hey, oh my bad, G. I thought Angela and them were gonna call you. Yeah, there's no work today because of the snowstorm." I'm like, What snowstorm? What snowstorm, bro? I swear to God, bro, it snowed maybe like an hour. And there was a thin sheet of snow on the floor. By 10:30, that shit was melting. Everything's closed in Augusta. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on over here? Like,
Yo, it's the
it was,
South, bro. We don't get that kind of
yeah,
weather down south,
yeah, I
so
know, dude. And
like
I'm like, yo,
we was
everybody was
totally
tripping.
unprepared because I remember, yeah, I remember like Washington Road, man. Washington Road was closed, which is
Yeah,
very
dude. Everything was
it was
off.
so unusual to see,
Yeah, I'm
and
surprised they didn't turn off the street lights. That's how that's how off it was. I was like, yo, what
and
the
no,
fuck?
Atlanta, that ice storm, it happened in Atlanta too, and they was like really messed up.
Oh,
I mean, cause
well,
like we just
it,
wasn't prepared for it, man.
bro,
We
it
don't get
was
that kind of weather down south.
yeah, that shit was trippy, bro. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, but to go back, yeah, I had to get a generator because the generator that we had a
Hmm.
generator. I
Hmm.
turned it on, it was working. I just didn't know it wasn't working at full capacity for some weird reason. So I run it, whatever. I'm like, okay, this should work. Cool. That was early in the day. Then Milton drops, we put it on, start plugging shit into it. Bro, this shit
Mhm.
ain't holding no weight, bro. That shit barely
Damn.
powered the goddamn lamp in the refrigerator. I'm like, oh my god, this shit kept buzzing out. I'm like, and then it takes a crap in the middle of the night. It starts doing weird shit, and we had to go buy another generator. That's why I called you that
Damn.
day.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
dude.
that.
That was I was like, so we had to go drive and get another generator. That shit was bumping though. That shit turned everything on. I was like, fuck yeah. Had extension cords
Damn.
all over the place. That shit turned on the TV, the fridge. The only thing we couldn't really put on it was like anything that gets really like a hot plate.
Mhm.
We have to turn at least the TVs or the fans off. Then
Yeah.
it worked. But yeah, this shit was trippy, dog. Like I ain't gonna even front. Like going through that made me realize that just as a country, I don't even. Well, I don't want to say a country because I know there's swamp people out there that are ready for shit like this all day. They go, we'll survive any tornado that go into the water. But I'm just saying, like city people, like the everyday hustle and bustle life. Yeah, they ain't
Mhm.
ready for that kind of fucking devastation. If something was crazy what to happen, bro.
Yeah.
80% of the people gonna be dead, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. We're like some people just not like they ain't know what to do, especially if you can't cook or go out there and get some shit. Because I know I could go out there and at least kill a squirrel or two and have Jesse season that shit up. But I'm talking about like the average person who
Yeah.
don't have that kind of just
Yeah.
they just gonna. I'm talking about they're gonna just weed out, bro.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like we was without power for 4 days, man, and it seemed like 4 months, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, this is crazy. And it just made me think about like those war torn countries
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah,
things
I
that they
thought.
got to go through. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
we blessed, man.
I'm telling
So
you, man,
blessed.
a storm will humble your ass, especially if it's like
Yeah.
turning power off and knocking roofs off. And it's so crazy because, and this is not to take a jab at anybody, but
Mhm.
when I watch the news and I see like all the people like living on the coastline, they get hit the worst, obviously, because they're right
Mhm.
there. I'm like, I feel really bad for them because I don't want nobody to lose their stuff, but it's like
Mhm.
you live on the coastline, like what you thought, what I'm saying, like
Right, right,
what you
right.
thought was gonna happen, and then you see people on the news like, yeah, we do this every year, but we're gonna bounce back. I'm like, oh man, this guy got great energy. I would have been like, I'm bouncing the
Oh
fuck
yeah.
out of here, but like they rebuild and it's cool, it's fine because they got the funds for it, but it's like it's like, yo, I wouldn't want to live. I mean, in any coast is going to be rough. You're going to get hit with storms. It doesn't
Right,
matter
right.
because you're by the water. But
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you always see the same thing all the time. It's like, yo, like one guy was like, yo, we got hit with like three hurricanes already, and his store got tore up, twice. I'm like, bro, that's the way you want to live. Like, you want to just, but though they won't give up that part of their
Yeah.
lives, which is fine. I get
Yeah.
it. Like, but these rich folks out there, they invest in these coastal properties. I'm talking about millions of dollars. I'm like
Oh
something
yeah.
ain't right here, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you don't like you invest like, oh, we had this property for like 50 years. I'm like, how did you even get that property so close to the beach and make all
Right.
that money and then you get creamed on by a hurricane and have enough money to fix it? I'm like, bro, that don't even make sense, bro. Like it was hard for me to find a generator and you building whole stores out on the coast. And I get it, they got
Yeah.
insurance and all that shit, but I don't know, something don't make sense when it comes to those coastal living properties. Like,
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. I mean,
yeah,
that
nah.
water come through and tear up everything, man.
Because even like back in the day, indigenous people who lived, on the land
Mhm.
didn't like they had things on the coast, but they didn't live like so
Right.
close to the. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
more inland than they did the farming and stuff. On the coastline.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. If you have a whole beach house on the coast and you're talking about like, yo, can't believe this happened to me. Like, what you thought was gonna happen, my guy? Like, this is just like you live right there. Like, it's crazy. Yo, they had this one lady, this rich white lady, was she talking about like she spent like $5 million on this house and this, that, and the third, and she's like, "Yeah, I just." They asked her how you feel about the hurricane coming. She goes, "Oh, I'll just go to my other house up in New York." I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's just I don't know, dude. It's just like rich people game, dog. Like I
Mm,
don't know, but yeah, houses were getting fucked up on that coastline. I'm like, these
yeah,
stores were getting
picture.
towed up.
I mean that water, man. I mean it'll go through, it'll go over, it'll go under, it'll go
Hmm.
around, it'll pick your shit up and take it somewhere, man. Like it was a whole house floating in the water, bro. I was like, God, not a trailer, but a
Yeah,
whole
that's
house,
nuts.
dog. That was crazy. Well, I think it was like
Yeah,
I
I
want
was
to say it's like
watching.
Carolina somewhere, North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, North
They
Carolina
got
too, man.
like they
Damn, they
got
got
hit the
fucking.
worst.
And I
They got
felt
hit the
so
worst.
bad because they were not prepared for that shit
Nah,
at all.
they said it was like whole towns and cities that got wiped out.
Yeah,
That
and
was
it's nuts
crazy.
because, like I said on the news, like they keep saying this area, this area, this area, but like nobody, they didn't even like North Carolina didn't even know that shit was heading towards them. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like they
If you,
they they don't know where really. Like I keep
yeah.
hearing the weather guys say, oh, it's gonna go this way, it's gonna go this way, it's gonna go this way, it's gonna go
Yeah.
this way. So everybody that lives in this way direction is like,
Hmm.
yo, that shit's gonna cream us. And then all of a sudden, the motherfucker just slightly moves a little bit, you know, north or wherever, and oh, it's not going there, it's going this way now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Because I think Helene it was on the left side of Florida, and it was supposed to go up the Gulf Coast and go like towards Texas, right?
Yeah, like
That's what
it
that's
went this way. Milton went this way. You know what I mean?
yeah. So we thinking it's gonna go Texas way, but that jank came back this way and
Yeah,
tore everything up.
and it's
So
crazy because
Carolina,
I heard one
North Carolina,
weatherman say they don't just hurricanes don't just turn. Well, nigga, this one did. Bitch ass meteorology. You better go back to school and learn some shit. Like hurricane, like he kept saying that
uh,
shit. Hurricanes just don't turn. They don't. If they're going that way, they're going that way. Fine, I get that. But that motherfucker, just all right. You don't have to turn, but you can cock some shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's called like morning wood. You know that shit went a little bit to the left. Like, like yeah, my dick could go straight, but that shit went a little bit left
oh,
this morning.
oh man,
Um, that's a hurricane, bro. I'm like, dude, like
yeah,
some
my
of them
goodness,
niggas need to
man,
shut up, though.
yeah,
They just be talking the most.
yeah.
I'm like,
I never listened to the meteorology. People like I don't I watch the weather because you need to know what's going on. But as far as like listening to them, it's like they're never
yeah,
right. So I never listened to them.
never, dude. Like two jobs you can have, and you can lie your ass off and get paid big bucks is a lawyer and a fucking weather guy, and be completely fucking wrong and just be like, that was my best shot. You know, like
Crazy man.
this is what all I know. Like, yeah, they really need this. And it's crazy because like
Yeah.
they have all this technology, like they got satellites in the sky and they got planes
Hmm.
that fly through the hurricane to kind of find out how fast it's going and whatnot. I'm like, you guys do all this shit, still can't get this shit right. I'm like, bro,
Man,
if we
terrible
can't even
dog.
understand a hurricane, what makes you think we're gonna understand aliens and go into another planet? I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to hear that shit. We don't know shit on Earth, and we already trying to hit the stars, bro. We got a bunch more years before we can do that shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you
I
know
don't know.
something else that I realized about this situation is just how like what can I say? Like when like people are very unprepared, they
Mm,
don't know what to do, that causes panic, and then that panic causes
yeah,
chaos. Because
yeah,
bro, it was a lot of fighting. Like I didn't actually see it, but there was like reports around the city. They were saying like it was so many fights at these stores and stuff in here in Augusta, dog, because you know people was buying up everything.
yeah,
And so let's say I'm at the gas station and I'm getting gas and I got about 10 jugs of gas and you pull up. Say, hey man, what's going on? And then I let you cut like come over in front of me and now you filling up your 10 jugs. But you cut
yeah,
the line, you see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like
yeah,
it was like that kind of stuff that was causing fights and stuff.
yeah,
I really don't have an opinion about it, man. It's like because I mean you my man's. Heck yeah, come cut the
mm,
line. But if I'm in the back of the line and I see that, and I'm trying to get what I need for my
Yeah, you
family
be
in a
lit.
crisis, I know I would feel away. So I'm straddling the fence on that one.
Yeah, because I mean, I can understand both points. Like, yo, if I see you in the street, like, yo, yeah, come cut me because we boys, whatever.
Yeah,
I could see, but then I could also see the problem that can cause because I could
yeah,
sit there all day and just have everybody come cut in front, cut in front. You
right.
know what I mean? Oh, I'm over here at the gas station, come pull up. Like I could see that being a problem. Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. I guess it's just the way. I would think in an emergency situation like this, if that
Mm-hmm.
was the case, you know what I'm saying? Other people need that gas, they gotta live. I'd probably be
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, um, come fill up a jug or two, you know what I'm saying? But let's not maybe not make it so obvious that you just pulled up with like 10 jugs, you know what I'm saying? Maybe grab them shits before you
Yeah, they had
even
about
got
10
there.
jugs, bro.
Yeah, I mean maybe one or two, you know what I'm saying, but not like completely skip the line, pull your car in, I fill your car up, and your 10 jugs, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit just kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, cause I don't want to like, cause I was standing in a line too out here to get gas one day, and it took me like maybe an hour to get gas, and
Mm-hmm.
what we call it, one guy, like there's a line, everybody's following the line, you know what I'm saying? We're waiting, we're driving up, it was the in and out line. You know what I'm saying? Like a drive through. Nobody was trying to get in front. You know what I'm saying? We were just
Mm-hmm.
everybody was coasting it. There's one guy
Mm-hmm.
decided cause one pump was broken, and I saw that it was
Mm-hmm.
broken. You're just like, yo, there's a pump over there. I'm like, nah, that shit's broken. Nobody's there. It's broken because we were standing there for a good minute. And then when I pulled up, you could see like it was taped off, but you couldn't really see it because they had wrapped it up and then shoved it in the thing, so it wasn't like it was real visible until you pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Anyway, this guy was all the way in the back, maybe like, and it wasn't even like a super long line, maybe like 4 or 5 cars behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
He thought it'd be a good idea, to try to. Oh, he see an empty pump. He was gonna try to, you know, sway his way through. So he gets out of line. He pulls up at the pump. Pump's broken, bro. He lost his place in line. Nigga pulled out, try to cut somebody else off. Niggas like, yo, what's going on? Like you could saw like he just went around. So I guess he left. I don't know. He might. I don't even know. I'm like, bro, like it's not even work. Like you see nobody there. There's probably a reason nobody's there, bro. It's not
Yeah,
because
yeah.
So everybody was doing their thing, but I didn't see any fights or anything like that. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
everybody in Florida, despite what I be talking shit about, like people are fucking crazy. A lot of people were pretty helpful. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess they go through it so much, they know the travesty of it versus
Mm-hmm.
like out there, you guys don't deal with it, so nobody knows how to react. Out
Mm-hmm.
here, niggas know how to react, and like neighbors will come out and check you and shit like that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Even when I went
Yeah.
to, I don't know, when I went to go buy the generator, like Lowe's had lined up all the generators outside so people could just grab one and boogie. Like they ain't even. I mean, yeah, you pay for it, but like you have to go in the store. And, they already like they there was protocols in place, like to
Yeah,
say, yeah,
yeah,
like they,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like they knew like people were gonna
Mm-hmm.
go get water and shit like that. So Walmart put like the water, like everything was, it was messy, but everybody understood the job.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of like one bad negative thing. I can't really I wouldn't really go out too much when it happened, but like I said, everybody was just helpful,
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad of an experience. It was terrible, but I know if it was a
Yep.
longer, like finding food, yeah, I saw a lot of that. Like a lot of people were just driving around trying to find, because a lot of people, like you said, weren't prepared for it. So I saw a lot of people like trying to see if there was like Walmart. Well, even Walmart was closed the day this shit happened because there was no power. So, but yeah, the shit it was just nuts, dude. It was hard to find anything. It was hard to get anything. I think it took like 2 days before of like a rest. Yo, I ain't gonna front, bro. You're gonna laugh when I say this, but the only people that were open right immediately after Milton touchdown, I'm talking about like in the midst of the chaos. were the Chinese restaurants. Talk about being prepared, nigga. Yo, I never in all my life pulled up
Uh,
and saw a line in a Chinese restaurant like this, bro. They were the only. Listen, it was like they were giving away the food. They had a generator. All the other stores were cleaning. Chinese restaurant was cooking. They had generator. Jessica's like, yo, the Chinese restaurant's open because Publix was opening up late, so we were gonna ride out to Publix and go get
That's
some
funny.
shit, right? When we rode up, we know that we were just checking because there's like a small little plaza right there. We were looking. We noticed that all the like not all the stores, but some of the stores were open, but they were just cleaning. I guess like cleaning out whatever junk got bad in the fridges and shit like that.
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant, nah, nigga, them niggas was ready. I think they slept there, and when the power went out, they turned the generators on because nothing went bad. They cooked everything, and bro. I kid you not. This it's a small little Chinese spot. You know they're always small.
Yeah, small.
It probably like the size of my kid's bedroom. You know they have like a wok and shit cooking back there. Yo, there was a line all the way outside. Me and just like, yo, Chinese restaurants open. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, man.
they
Food
open.
was
They
hard to come by.
bro,
Food
and
was hard to come by, bro.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like if something catastrophic would happen, bro, cities would die just from hunger because they don't know what to. There's nowhere. Where? What are you gonna do? I don't even care if you have a million guns in your house. What are you gonna do? You can't eat bullets. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go out there and hunt in a city where there's no animals to hunt. Like you got like think about it and that like bro, I'm telling you when this shit happened, like Walking Dead vibes all day in my head.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
was even telling Jess, I'm like, yo, imagine this was every day. Imagine just power just went out from EMP and we had nothing. Grid's gone. What are we gonna do? Like what are we gonna do? Like I have a 9 millimeter or maybe like a pack of bullets. Like I can't go hunt squirrels with that shit. Like well, I'm gonna be one of those guys in The Walking Dead, and I might have to go rob the people who got all that shit.
Yeah.
That'll be my job. I'll be the guy driving around on a fucking motorcycle with a nine and a sword because that's all I got and some nunchucks.
Kunai.
Yeah, some kunais on my book bag, just driving around on my fucking bike trying to find shit. Like that's the kind of
That's
shit I was thinking about the whole time, bro. Like seriously, like shit
that
was
is
getting
wild.
scary,
Yeah, it is. It's a scary thought, man. Cause like this was just a really small taste of how bad things could possibly get.
bro.
Like
For
this is like a
real,
really small taste. Like just imagine if the whole entire country like just shut down.
bro.
I mean, because in that instance, people are traveling looking
Mm,
for a safe haven, and
yeah,
you're gonna run across so much BS in the midst of all of that, man.
yeah,
Because
definitely gonna have factions, and it's gonna look
oh
like
yeah,
Hunger Games and shit. Like,
especially if you're like you're gonna find out just how much money is so unimportant, bro.
yeah, absolutely, bro. I
Because
agree, 100%,
like you can because like the internet was down, so a lot of people couldn't use their card. You had to have cash.
bro. People were going nuts. People, yeah, that was another thing too. We didn't pull out. See, I was like not prepared, like I thought I was. I thought we were good
Oh
because we
yeah,
didn't expect it to be. Bro, I didn't even expect it to be but a couple hours without power. It was 3 days. So mind you, we went food shopping prior to this, and we just bought a couple things. We didn't like go buy like 20 cans of spaghettis and
oh yeah,
15 loaves of bread. Like we bought
yep.
the minimum shit just to
The
coast through the
minimum.
week. Bro, that was not cutting it, dog. Like we burned through half that shit because most of it was items you either had to cook, and we didn't think about getting shit that we could just open up and just eat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like Jay Adam bust through a box of crackers. Like that's all this nigga ate. He just ate crackers
Dang.
the whole fucking time. Um, but it was definitely a fucking experience. It was really weird. It really set me back. It was fucking crazy.
And bro, I really hate to insert politics here, but okay, like a lot of people lost their food in the refrigerator, right? And they declared certain places a state of an emergency.
Right.
And because of that, you can get help from FEMA, right? So you fill out the form, and FEMA give you $750. to replace your food. Bro, you filling this stuff out and they're denying people the money that you said you was going to give.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
And oh, go
Ukraine
ahead.
got
Go ahead.
Ukraine got money,
Preach.
Libya got
Preach.
money, and like, bro, what is going on?
And it's so crazy because I hate because you what people have been saying this online and people and like you read the comments and people are like, well, damn, this one guy said some wild shit. I'm like, well, this is what happens when you know vote this and vote that. I'm like, bro, at this point, it doesn't matter who vote who. It's like this is the responsibility of FEMA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you got first responders out here risking their lives, doing shit for a FEMA paycheck, and they can't even go home to their families because they got to do this work. But yeah, you deny people who don't have food because the power went out. Like I can't tell the light people, hey, I ain't paying bill this week because my light went out. They're still gonna bill me and they're still gonna take
Right.
my bread. You
Right.
know that that's it. Like they take your tax money, they take everything from you. But when you ask for something, you can never get.
You can't get it.
You can't get shit. Meanwhile, you got the president of Ukraine, whatever the fuck his name is, coming over here and begging for shit all the time, talking about he needs this and he needs that. Man, eat a dick, bro. No way. Like I get it, and I'm not like I said, war. That's a whole different. I'm not saying they deserve. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying like, that's the country you signed up for. You take care of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's your fucking problem. Like, why is everything our problem, though? And this is exactly why. Because we want to go into these other countries, tell them how to run shit, but we can't even fucking run shit over here, right? Like,
And
come on,
it
bro.
just blows my mind, bro. Like if a country if some other country asks for assistance, you give them so much money and we're already in debt. Number one.
Mm,
And then as soon as we go through a natural disaster, it's like you don't take care of your own people. Like
nope.
I don't get that, man.
It's crazy
And
because, okay, I'm sorry.
I I feel like it doesn't matter what faction you with. I don't care if you're Democrat, if you're Republican. I mean, they both have to agree on this stuff.
Yeah, no, for real. It just bugged out because I think when I forgot the name of the hurricane. I don't know. I want to say Maria. That last her big hurricane that fucked up Puerto Rico,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I remember that one.
Puerto Rico was begging Trump for help, and Trump was like, Puerto Rico, you gotta deal with this. Is all we can give you to some water and toilet tissue." Uh, Meanwhile, Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States, and we couldn't help Puerto Rico. We didn't even give them anything. I mean, even after that, me and Jess went to Puerto Rico, and this was years later, and it still looked like they were recovering from the hurricane.
Ooh,
It looked terrible. Like they were at least 3 years behind us, bro. Like internet was still choppy over there. People were just locked. They just neighborhoods looked
man.
tore up. It wasn't as pretty as it should have been for being a United States territory. But that
Right.
was what I'm trying to say, and I'm not blaming this all on Trump. I'm just saying this is what happened. They didn't get the funding they needed. But meanwhile, Ukraine, and I know this is under a different, regime, but Ukraine
Hmm.
gets bread all the time, and they're not even. I can't even go over there on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't get. It's almost like watching an adult not put their priorities in order. It's like you got to pay the light bill, and you got to pay your water bill, but you went and bought you know, an iPhone before
Bruh,
you paid your
it's it's like watching someone who got kids not take care of their kids. Like
right. Yeah,
you won't take them to the doctor. You won't show it to any of their recital, but you'll take the neighbor's kids to Chuck E. Cheese, take them to Six Flags and all that kind of stuff. Like
yeah, yeah. It's just bug, bro. It's like we are investing way too much in everything else and not taking care of home. That's what I gotta say about that. I mean, from
yeah.
the hurricane situation to the migrant stuff, like it's all a big ball of fucking shit that's gonna roll downhill and cream us in the end. And I'm telling you, I don't know if you did you see this movie called Civil War? Not the Avengers Civil.
No, I know
It
what you're talking about.
was
But I
it
wanted. I haven't seen it, but I
it,
want to see it.
it's a little it's if you're not into shit like that, it's gonna be boring. I'm just letting you know right now. But just cliff note, it's about like the United States splitting and they war like a civil war, like they're warring
Yeah.
with each other. So like these press people are traveling to Texas because Texas is I think it was Texas is the only state where that's where the president is, and that's why he's still fighting to keep United States united. But
Mm-hmm.
like Florida and Tennessee and all these places are their own little things now, like their own little countries.
Mm-hmm.
So they're traveling through, and long story short, they get pulled over by this guy, and he's like, one of the press guys said, "We're from the United States." He's like, "Which United States you from?" Like,
I remember saying that in the preview.
and yeah, but the shit is like, even though it sounds crazy, it's not because if something like that were to happen, just think about it. You be in your own country, but you could be not in your own country anymore. If
Yeah, that's
you know,
weird.
if government did break, like that's what's gonna that would could happen. Could happen. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they dealt with it before. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a good movie to understand. Like this shit can happen. It can totally happen, bro. Like I can see it. I mean, not happen anytime soon, but if shit keeps going the way it's going, I can see people like come out of there, get tired, and just uprise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it takes,
Yeah.
bro. That's all it takes is just one fucking niche, and everybody's just gonna steamroll right the fuck downhill, bro. I'm telling you, man. Especially when you start getting these I forgot what they name of these guys, but it's like these country gun guys. They have a name, I forgot, but they walk around with like the ARs and the fucking vest, and they think they're fucking
It's a bunch of them. Cause I know one of them is the Proud
yeah,
Boys, and,
yeah. If you
and
start getting
it's a
those guys
bunch more.
hyped up, boy, yeah, they ain't they gonna come out here and start fucking standing in
Oh
front of
god.
McDonald's and telling you how many. Like it's crazy, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, this whole hurricane, we're hurricane survivors a whole month, nigga. Just think about that. Two hurricanes in a month, dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
was like, yo, this shit crazy. Talk about I'm about to go somewhere where it's just slightly small earthquakes. I'll be okay with this fucking hurricane shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mm.
dude. Other than that, man, just even having the kids home and not doing anything was just like, oh, it was like they weren't bad. It was just like everybody's just like sitting around, ain't doing shit. Everybody's phones are dead. They're trying to keep the fun alive, but it's hot in the house, so you don't want to do too much activities where you
Oh
just sweat.
yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
it just started getting cool now, but when the hurricanes were busting, them shit, it
Yeah.
was still
Yeah.
about
It was
80.
hot.
It was still about 89 degrees.
Oh my god. Man, sleeping in that heat, bro. I can't stand sleeping when it's hot.
Yeah,
I
dude,
like
it's
wake up
terrible.
sweating and kind of. I
Yeah,
hate it,
I
man.
swear, Jess was just like, "Don't touch me," like I'm like, bro, she, because she started getting hot, she didn't want to be bothered. We sat on the couches like fucking pieces of shits and just didn't do nothing but just sit there and eat and sleep. You know what I mean? That shit
That's
was
all you
wild,
could
bro.
do, dog.
That's all you can
It
do,
is.
bro. Because it's like
It's like,
you can't
man.
even go outside because outside looked crazy. And then they had curfew out
Yeah.
here. It was like 7:30, so none of the stoplights
Oh
were
yeah.
working.
We had curfew too at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like
Our
seven,
curfew was 7.
7:30. So that shit was
Bro, it was crazy. The power, like the okay. I didn't see police any, like, cause none of the stoplights were working. Like the wind, some of the stoplights wasn't even on the what's name no more. Like the
oh
wind done blew
shit.
them off. They on the side of the road somewhere. You do not see the police. Like the police are not out there directing traffic,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
they at the gas station because I guess people are acting unruly, so they got to have
yeah,
police out there to keep people under control. The power line people, so they finally got the trucks on the road. They're working. They're making progress. However, they, the power line people make a post.
Oh God.
They made a post asking, say, "Can you please stop shooting in our work?"
What? God damn, Augusta. You gotta
I
do
say,
better,
"Can you please
bro.
stop shooting in our work area? Because every time you shoot, we have to stop working, load up the
Yeah.
trucks, and leave, and then come back. And that's what was taking so long to get the power back on.
Bro, what do you
Somebody,
do? What? I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
know,
man,
man.
that's
These,
stupid, bro. Stupid people. And then you wonder why it took 2 weeks to get power back. Busting out, like, bro, nobody can see what are you shooting at, bro. Like,
it's funny, dog.
goddamn.
I mean,
Oh man.
there hasn't been any reports of anybody getting shot, not that I heard of.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just funny, man. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, man, people
So,
ain't
my
got
yo,
nothing
yeah,
better to do with their time.
they go shoot out in the backyard. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, wrap it up. No power. Good job. Good job.
Yeah,
That's funny, bro. Nah,
but
there was
um,
nothing like that out here.
again, I'm thankful. I feel blessed that we made it through this without an extreme loss. I mean, we did take some damage, man, but that's nothing that we can't
Yeah,
handle and
yeah,
can't recover from. So I do want to send healing energy to anybody that really lost something. Maybe they lost their home, they lost their car, they lost someone because I there were reports of some people that died. It was a set of
yeah.
twins that were there like 2 months old. They died.
Oh,
And then they I think they drowned because like the house got flooded or whatever and they drowned.
damn.
So
Yeah,
healing energy
yeah. I did watch
to
a.
any and everybody that lost something, man.
Yeah, no, I watched a report too where this lady's son drowned. He was, I think, 7. Yeah, that was sad. They put
Damn.
her on the news. She was crying. Her sister, her mom. Yeah, he drowned. I guess they made it to they made it to the roof, or and then like the house slid off, or the roof top came off, and they fell in the water, and the kid went one way, and the mom went another way, and
Damn.
yeah, yeah, it was crazy. So and watching shit like that was what made me like, yo, like shit could get real at any moment, bro.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I didn't sleep
Yeah.
that first well, that first night when Milton was tearing shit up. I didn't sleep the whole night, bro. Jesse and everybody, they fell asleep, but I couldn't. Like my nerves were shot. I was worried. I was scared. I didn't want like a fucking tree to smash through the house and
Yeah.
hurt anybody. But I just stood up, man, and I was scared if it would have flooded like Helene did the other side of Florida. I was like, yo, the water's gonna. It's night. You can't hear. I mean, you can't see anything. All you do is listen for sounds that sound unusual, and you gotta go and check because you get 3 feet of water. I'm like, okay, this is 3 feet. If you get 3 feet now, it'll be 6 in like 2 hours, 3 hours. So we gotta roll. So I was waiting for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just waiting for
Mm,
water to kind of get to the point where it was like, yo, if it starts coming through the doors, we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But it never got
yeah.
that bad with the rain. But it was just shit like that. I was just like constantly thinking of an escape plan in my head, bro, because I wanted to make sure my family was safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this shit was
Man.
trippy, dog. It was real trippy.
Yeah. Like I say, man, I never want to go through anything like that again.
Yeah. Well, with the way the weather is coming, all fucked up, bro. Like I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the norm for the next fucking 10 years with the way
Oh yeah.
weather's uncontrolled, bro. Everything's changing, and you gotta. I mean, we're probably at that point in life where like the earth is literally changing on us, and we're just starting to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because
saw. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
no, no, go ahead, go.
I saw I was scrolling on Instagram, whatever, and they said that Antarctica is starting to turn green. Like
Well, everything, yeah, yeah,
it's like ice everywhere, but that it has like vegetation now.
yeah, because it's melting. It's melting like really fast. Like I watched a thing on YouTube a couple days ago where the polar ice caps are melting faster than they thought. Like they show satellite imaging from like 20 years, then 10, then
Hmm.
5, and then even from 5 to 2 years, it's a total different. Like it's this big block, then this smaller block, and then it's just like boom, 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 and it's like and they're like, you know where all this water is going? And they're like, to the cities, Manhattan, all these like New York, Florida, the whole coastal is just gonna be flooded out. They're talking about like a lot of these coastlines are gonna be gone in like 40, 50 years. They like Florida will be underwater, New York, half of New York will be underwater.
Damn.
A bunch of places, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them will just have there'll be canals there. 100 years, they'll 100 years. It don't sound like a lot of time, but that's a good enough time for shit to change up and not nobody know because generations already passed. Like
Mm-hmm.
me and you could be like, "Yo, Augusta's fine," and then in 100 years, Augusta's a river.
Underwater or some
You
shit.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, like or some weird shit because
Damn.
we knew it was coming, but generations it's turned into a lake, and then it turns into this, and then it turns into that, and then it's gone. That's
Mm.
what they think happened to Atlantis. They think Atlantis was a big place,
Uh-huh.
and the reason why they can't find it is because it got flooded. Because I think they took satellite imaging or radar imaging of the floor in some part of Atlantic, and they saw like structures under the water. So they think that that's the lost city
Oh man.
because it's just there because it's on like a plateau or something, and then it gets deeper, and then like they think maybe this shit was above land and the water was, what I'm saying, it
Mm-hmm.
flooded out, which makes sense because
Yeah. Yeah. It
a
makes
lot of
sense.
that shit floods out, bro.
Because I think the Earth is alive and it's like the human body. You know what I mean?
Right,
So I
it's
feel like
definitely.
the Earth knows what it needs to do in order to sustain the life that's on it. So if it needs to send a hurricane this way to
Mm,
put water and vegetation or whatever in this area, I feel like it does that. And if it needs to
bro.
grow new land, in the volcano will erupt. So
Right, yeah, and that's also been happening too. Volcanoes been busting on underwater,
oh yeah,
making whole islands overnight. You know what I'm saying?
it's crazy,
Um,
bro.
but yeah, I'm almost 100% sure that the Earth is trying to kill us, like all day. Like in my head, if God is real, and I don't think it's a person. I think it's the actual fucking Earth. I think the Earth is trying to kill us all the fucking time. People be like, "Oh, it's a beautiful place." Yes, it can be, but even
Hmm.
in that patch of beautiful green grass with all the roses and sunflowers and lilies, go lay in that bitch for 20 minutes. You'll be covered in an ant that'll probably eat the flesh off of you, or some mosquitoes are gonna come and suck the blood out of you and give
Hmm.
you malaria or some weird shit. Bro, the earth is beautiful from afar, dangerous up close, dog.
Oh yeah.
The earth is gonna kill us all, bro. It's killing us off. It's trying its best to kill us. I don't give a fuck. You cannot convince me otherwise. The earth is like, fuck Florida, here's a hurricane. Fuck California, here's an earthquake. Fuck New York, here's a flood. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like there's no other explanation but the earth is trying to kill us. It's trying to get back its roots. Like that's the
I
only
can
thing
see
that
that.
makes sense to me.
Because
That's,
it's like I say, I feel like the earth is just like the human body, and whenever you have like something foreign inside your body, like the body will
mm-hmm.
attack it and get rid
Oh
of it.
yeah,
So
the human
yeah,
race is definitely a cancer. We are not providing anything good to this earth. We're not doing that. We're not we're not providing anything good to earth at all. Like we are not. I don't care
Wow.
how many hippies hug trees or how many companies say they plant trees or use less paper, and hey, here's this paper straw. It's not plastic no more. Suck your soda down with this. You're not helping earth. We are not helping earth. Nothing we do helps earth, bro. Nothing.
yeah.
Absolutely fucking nothing. I don't care what company, Elon Musk, all these fucking cocksuckers, none of them are helping Earth do anything for Earth. We are cancer. We are cutting down trees. We're ruining the rainforest. We're killing indigenous people. We're endangering species. I mean, come on, what else are we doing? There's a ton of shit. We're driving cars.
I really feel like the cars is really really
Yo,
messing us up.
I,
Like
I
it's
think
way too many cars, bro.
I
Like each
think
each
that
home has at least two cars now.
yeah. I think in that aspect, yeah, I think cars is number two. I will
Number
put
two.
number one, fishing and plastic, because the ocean and the plastic that and the amount of garbage we produce
Hmm.
is way more damaging than the cars on the road. Way
Okay,
more damaging,
I can agree to that.
bro. You can go anywhere, bro. I work at my job. I don't want to say my thing, but I work at a job where I see people just throw trash, bro. They could be a trash can right next to you, and they'll throw their trash in a bush on the floor. I'm like, and I gotta drive around to certain areas to check things out, and I'm like, bro, look at this. We throw out so much trash in the whole world. It's not even just America. It's the whole world. We produce so much trash. I'm surprised we don't have another planet just full of trash, because
Man,
we produce so much trash, bro. It's crazy. And even if we clean it up, that we can't do anything with it. We got to burn it. That goes into the air. We got to bury it. That goes into the ground. We dump it in the water. It goes into the water. So even if we recycle it, doesn't matter. It's still here. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter.
Jeez,
Especially if you eat seafood. I don't eat seafood,
I don't
but
eat seafood either.
they say that, and this is not bullshit. This is 100% real. They say that the amount of plastic we dump in the water and in the ground leaks off small little microbes of plastic, and the fish eat it, gets into the fish. Other fish eat that fish, or other animals eat that fish. That plastic is now in that fish. You, the fishermen, fish those fish or crabs or whatever, grab those, cook them, and other plastic is in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is like they start to do tests on people who die, and like, they donate their body to science type of shit.
Hmm.
And they've done tests where people recently they're finding plastic in their bloodstreams, like small little microplastics, bro. Like small. Like you can't see it obviously with your eye because you probably die instantly. But small little blood sample plastic, like
Hmm.
it's absolutely insane, dog. It's nuts, and that's all coming from dumping trash in the water. People don't understand like how bad it is to just throw that small little candy wrapper on the floor or that little plastic off your straw.
Eh,
Yeah,
it's
dude,
terrible.
it's fucking yeah, it's terrible, dog. I'm telling you,
Sloppy.
dude, it's super nasty. The bro, if and don't get me wrong, I love my family, but if the world came to an end tomorrow, I'll be like, we did it to ourselves, bro. So let's go hug each other and stand outside and watch this shit come down. I mean,
Yeah,
because we did it to ourselves, bro.
yeah.
We did it to ourselves. I mean, the Earth wiped out the dinosaurs, or they said it was an asteroid, but we don't fucking know. It could have been flooding for all
Hmm.
we know, because they're finding a bunch of fossils. But
Hmm.
yeah, the Earth is gonna fuck us up, man, to the point where we are not gonna be able to bounce back one day, for sure. I think these are just the preludes to everything that's coming up in the future.
Yeah, and then the earth gonna keep on turning, man.
Bro, you damn know it. You already know, bro. It's gonna be stupid out here. But
Yeah,
hopefully by then, they can shove all bunch of rich white folks into a rocket and send them off to the moon. That's what's gonna happen.
yeah. I think they're gonna be on Mars.
Yeah, and this is gonna sound nuts, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, but when I watch history documentaries, just at any point in life prior to technology, right?
Hmm.
And when I say technology, I mean like communications.
Hmm.
Any point before that, everything was, I wouldn't say perfect, but everything was going the way it was supposed to. You had tribes, you had people, you had chief, you had whatever, you had emperors. Everybody had their way of living. There was
Hmm.
no communication with other people.
Hmm.
Everything was, you just had to worry about surviving. That was it. You
Hmm.
grew men, you grew women. They knew their job. They executed it. Whether it was Roman Empire, the Native Americans, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Mongols, whatever. Everybody knew their job.
Hmm.
But now we don't know what we're doing, bro. We're just here slaving away to pay a government so they can take our money and give it to these fucking
Whoever.
loser countries that
Yeah.
can't hold up a war. And for what, bro? Prior to communication, though, we didn't have to. They didn't have to deal with none of that. We saw it, they started making boats and traveling and fucking up other people's digs, bro. Imagine if there
Yeah.
was no way to communicate. Japanese people wouldn't know there were black folks. Africa would have never got enslaved by. I mean, maybe they would have with their own people, but I'm just saying,
Mhm.
like, they would just have to worry about those things. I know it
Yeah.
sounds crazy, but like, obviously there'd be no Puerto Ricans, no Dominicans, because there would be no mixed races. It'd just be the dumb and us. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that it, even though it was it wasn't a simpler time, but it was just simple. If that made any sense, like
I
they
got
just that was it. It was you go out there, you hunt your food, your women are in these tents right here, you make babies, and you do the whole show all over again. Now you
you.
got computers and all this wild shit just messing up everything.
Because
I'm like,
it's like you had your way of life
mm.
and you lived your you had your way of life and you lived it and you took pride and honor in your way of life. Well,
Yeah,
nowadays you looking at somebody else's life and you want to live their life,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel like that's the issue.
yeah. Definitely the issue, bro, and it's nuts because between like the internet, like social media, AI, I think the internet's gonna lose its function soon with
Oh
AI.
yeah.
Make it because everything is see before you would go to the books to find the truth, and
Hmm.
then books became a thing where it's like, okay, well now it's a lie. You know, people would lie, you know, whatever, but books were the way to find the truth. Then the internet, you know, then it was Google. You find the truth, but then like with all this AI shit, everybody's lying. Like you're making up stories, they're making up, you know, fake deep fakes that are so good you can't even tell if it's the actual person. So now the
Hmm.
internet's becoming compromised because now we can't even go to the internet for the truth because
Yeah.
it's a lie. And Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram and all these other platforms are quick to kick you off if you say gay or the curse word or anything like that.
Hmm.
But they won't fact check some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But they'll
Yeah.
cancel you if you say something that makes another group of people angry,
Yeah.
which is insane. So it's like, where are we going to be getting our truth from? Like, it's the Matrix, kid.
I see.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
we can't. We're not going to be able to go online and find the truth anymore. Like, you're just going to look up something and you're going to read like 10 different answers, and you're not going to know which one's real. You're not. And with all this fake AI shit coming out, it's really going to get
Oh yeah.
terrible. Like,
You seen what's that with the iRobot?
yeah, bro.
Tesla with the
Bro,
robot.
that Elon Musk is a puzzling person because he goes on, he goes on like podcasts like Joe Rogan and whatnot, and
Hmm.
he'll say shit like AI is bad and we need to do this and do that and check them and this and that. But then he makes a whole robot on AI. Like I don't like. Sometimes I don't get it. Like he's almost like he wants to be down with the people, but he's not. Because then he goes and he kind of just makes all these weird things like AI,
Hmm.
robots that are just almost as dumb as certain Instagram people. Like I'm like, bro, that's not really what we're doing here, right? Like, did you listen to the AI talk? Like he talks like he's an idiot.
I saw Two Chains talking to one.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this is just to fool the audience to making them think like, oh, robots are just as dumb as us. Like where's the real one at? Bring out the one that they're working on that's smart as fuck and they're gonna look at you like you're an idiot. I'm telling you, the robots he brought out are dumbed down versions. Those are the versions where they put, and I'm not saying Two Chains is stupid, but I'm just
Hmm.
saying this is the versions that they put for the masses, like the using eyes and the
Yeah.
people who are like, oh look at him, oh wow, he's just as cool as us. He's like almost like a dumb human.
So do you think an iRobot slash Ultron type thing is possible?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, without just minus the Infinity Stones, yeah, all day, because I was I don't know how true this is, and this, like I said, internet, you don't know. But I was
Hmm.
watching a podcast where these guys made an AI podcast, uh, like podcast. Both hosts were AI driven. They weren't real. They sound real. They talk like me and you. They were doing their own podcast and they were programmed to podcast.
Hmm.
And then midway of the podcast, the owner or the engineer who created them told the podcast on the air through a text message that they were not real and that they were AI. You can look this shit up on YouTube, bro. And the AI was like, "Well, I just got some news." And the other AI is a chick, and she's like, "What happened?" Like, "Well, I just got down from the bosses that we are not real. We're AI, and it's kind of messed up." And the AIs were responding like people. They were
Oh,
bothered, they were hurt, they were mad. The girl was sad, like, and like I said, I don't know how 100% real this is. This was just some shit that I found on the internet that I don't know how I found it, dude. But it was mind blowing. If this is real, and let's just say the AI did figure. I mean, that he didn't figure out, but let's say he did feel that way. Imagine when they start figuring out that human people are fucking assholes, and
but
they
you
be
know what,
like,
man? I think they already know the answer to that because I look at every movie that has something to do with AI. They always see humans as a threat or they don't agree with their creation.
and it's and that's the crazy part. They're not fucking wrong, and that's why I
Yeah,
think it's dangerous.
yeah, that's weird, bro.
Because like I said earlier, like we are a cancer to this earth. So we are not. If you ask even the smartest person in the world, you ask them what the has humans done anything for the earth? They'll tell you no. We haven't. Nothing productive. Not we're not like a tree. We can't grow more trees so we can breathe. We grow more people so we can take away from the trees. So we're not doing anything that the earth needs. You know what I'm saying? Like us being
Yeah,
here is not helping the earth or hurt. We're hurting it mostly, but we're not helping it.
yeah,
So you ask a smart person that they'll tell you that. Now you ask an AI that's 10 times smarter than that smart person is gonna tell you, yeah, we gotta eliminate this fucking cancer. I mean, it is what it is. That's exactly what it. Every
yeah,
AI movie is based on taking care of a problem, and the problem always stems from us
yeah.
because we want to
Humanity,
make a. So, for instance, we want to make AI stop wars. You know how AI is going to predict how to stop a war before it happens?
kill all the
Get rid of
humans.
people. It's not going to be like, well, we
uh,
need to take out Russia and then go and take out Gaza and then go and then take out the Middle East. No, it's not going to do all that. It's going to calculate everything accordingly and be like, well, if we want to stop war, me going to war with other people is not going to stop it, and me destroying another country is not going to stop it.
hmm,
How about I destroy all you niggas and that's it? War's over.
hmm.
Either that or the mind control. That's the only way you're gonna stop war. Especially when you got like really angry little Asian guys in Korea and angry white folks in Russia. They always angry. They always got some
Uh,
kind of dick whose dick is bigger contest going
which
on,
is which is weird. Like, what are you so angry about?
bro. Like if I was a whole president and I have all these problems, you know the last thing I want to do is get into a war with another cocksucker that thinks his dick's bigger than mine, bro. I don't care, bro. Take your
For
little
real,
Russia
for
and
real.
go rush off over there and do something. Bro, I got a whole country to run. I got sick people. I got veterans out here. I got poor people. Like, well, the last thing I'm worried about is Ukraine and Russia and all these other fuck countries.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah. Well, this was just our welcome back video, kinda.
yeah.
Just to let you guys know, we didn't die. We survived the hurricane. Um, uh, and yeah, we'll get back to the regularly scheduling program soon enough.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be back on topics and shit. We did want to
I'm.
do. Oh man, I know we Dragon Ball Sparking Zero had came out literally during the fucking hurricane, so we ain't get no gameplay videos or nothing because we had no fucking power. But we're gonna try to get some gameplay up here soon. Figure
Oh
out
yeah.
something. and a ton of other shit to talk about. I know we still got Diddy thing going on.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I wanted to bring up the Menendez brothers. You remember those guys?
Yeah.
They're
I've been
making
seeing
waves
it.
again.
Yeah, I've been seeing it like the little Netflix special. I haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Jess is watching them. Well, I was dabbling in and out of it, but I wanted to talk about that shit and see how people feel about them.
Okay.
There's a bunch of shit. Jaguar Wright shit. That shit with Jay-Z. I don't know if you saw that shit on Pierce
I
Morgan.
s- yeah.
I gotta
Well,
watch
I
the
heard
whole thing.
about
I
it.
saw it in clips.
I
Yeah,
heard about it, but
I
I
want to
didn't
watch.
actually see
I
it.
want to watch that. I heard, and did you know this is a big deal when Pierce Morgan apologizes?
Oh yeah.
That white boy don't apologize for nothing. So, they got his ass. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, we're gonna go over some of those topics next week. But we
Oh
just
yeah.
wanted to let you guys know that we're good, we're safe, we're back on track. Uh,
Yeah.
I just
I'm
felt
not
like
gonna
I'm
lie.
at least 2 weeks behind my life.
Yeah, I needed this, man. This was good to talk. Get it off my chest.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Totally, totally. But yeah, we'll be back next week with some hot topics and
Yeah, and
some news.
to anybody that been through anything, man, need to vent, man. Reach out to us, or
Yeah,
let us know
yeah,
what's going on with you.
yeah, for sure, man. Just hit us up. I'll link a thing for our Instagram and TikTok and all that junk. I think Jaden got our TikTok popping, so I'm gonna start doing that.
Okay, okay.
Or what else? Facebook. Or I don't think we have the Facebook. I think we do, but I gotta set all that up. But yeah, this is Ninja.
And this is XP Early Bird.
We out, man. Be safe out there.
Yeah, peace.
Later.